Since 2014, hundreds of thousands of teenagers have poured into the United States from Central America fleeing poverty and violence. NewsHour special correspondent Fred Sam Lazaro reports from El Salvador's capital, San Salvador, about one program that's trying to give them a reason to stay.
Over the past 4 years, more than 250,000 unaccompanied minors have made the dangerous journey north, on foot, hitchhiking, even riding on freight train cars, trying to cross the U.S. border. Remarkably, 40% of them come from one tiny country, El Salvador.
El Salvador is a daunting place to grow up. There are few job opportunities for young people, and the specter of gang violence is everywhere. In graffiti that dominates the walls, and in graphic headlines that dominate the front pages.
El Salvador now has one of the world's highest homicide rates as rival gangs fight for territory and clash with the police. There's even a special section of this cemetery just outside San Salvador where young gang members are buried. Adorned with the hallmark graffiti, the headstones show that most of the dead are teenagers. Young people we spoke with confirmed that fear and violence dominate their neighborhoods.
It's difficult because there are a lot of temptations in my neighborhood. But with education, you can keep your mind busy so you don't end up on the street.
It's the same for me. I see the soldiers and police going after the gangs. You cannot go hang out in the park, so I go home and stay at home in order to be safe.
These teens are luckier than most. They're part of a new public-private partnership that's aimed at giving young people a way out of the violence and into a lifelong career. It's called Youth Build, and it's based on a U.S. program that was started in Harlem 30 years ago. In El Salvador, the program, funded with a mix of U.S. government aid and private philanthropy, is managed by Catholic Relief Services and provides vocational skills, leadership training, and academic coaching for youth ages 15 to 25.
It's really critical to create a safe space for young people, especially when they're coming in from environments in the street where they experience violence. In my own family, my nephew, by the time he was in 9th grade, had seen 3 kids assassinated on his way to school.
Youth Bill's Rick Jones has lived in El Salvador for 27 years and has witnessed a transformation of this country. The brutal civil war of the 1980s destroyed the country's economy and claimed about 75,000 lives. Many young Salvadorans fled to Los Angeles, where they formed gangs. Many were then deported, bringing back their U.S. gang affiliation and expanding locally.
They came into El Salvador into a situation where most young men were unemployed and out of school. And they organized like wildfire on the prairie.
Youth Build goes into some of the most troubled areas of El Salvador's capital to recruit students.
In our programs, we'll ask young people, how many people know somebody who has been affected directly by the violence or has been killed? Half the kids in the room will raise their hand. They know what violence looks like. They don't know what the alternatives look like.
Youth Build tries to show them those alternatives through programs that teach marketable skills such as baking and cooking, car mechanics, computer technology, cosmetology, or building a small business. There's also a focus on empathy, on collaboration, conflict resolution, and self-confidence. Each day begins at 8 a.m. with a prayer and a check-in about what's going on in their lives. And then it's on to team-building activities. Director Sarah Mena Ramos says the goal is to give the young people new tools to deal with the dysfunction they see all around them.
We work a lot on life and job skills, areas such as self-esteem, dealing with the emotional, psychosocial parts of their lives, and job skills to learn how to interact with employers.
Most kids come into the program because they could get a job at the end of it. But while they're in the program, they also take leadership in building community assets, like refurbishing playgrounds, community centers, taking responsibility for their lives, the lives of their family, and the lives of their community.
Jefferson Guevara graduated a year ago and is now employed full-time at a bakery. Amid pervasive violence, his employer didn't want the attention a foreign TV camera could attract, so we can't show him on the job. but he came back to his old classroom to show off his skills to current students.
I like the job. I'm still learning a lot. You have to be faster dealing with all of the clients, but this program gave me the skills to handle the job.
Youth Build El Salvador began in 2009 with 110 students at 2 sites, gradually adding 4 more locations. 2 years ago, the Salvadoran government decided to adopt the program, funding an expansion to 30 sites, serving nearly 4,000 students this year. Carlos Gomez directs that effort.
Businesses in our country are demanding youth with different attitudes, with principles and values that for some reason they didn't develop at home. A young person who is responsible, who is a leader, who works well in teams, who communicates well, and has an attitude of persevering. We've seen that Youth Build encompasses those characteristics.
Businessman Rodrigo Bolaños agrees that programs like this are desperately needed if El Salvador is to begin to attract investment and rebuild its economy.
A lot of the young people have not much to offer because they're not educated. So you have communities now where the gangs do not allow kids to go to school. There's really no opportunities for them whatsoever. If we want to get the country back on its feet, is that we have to develop a way of teaching or of educating our labor force.
And El Salvador must scale up such efforts, he says, given that 50% of the country's 6 million people are below the age of 18. Even with the planned expansion, Youth Build meets just a tiny fraction of the need. And even when Youth Build gets students to enroll, the dropout rate is significant, according to Director Mena.
They drop out because of drug use or because they don't really know what they want or they come from completely dysfunctional families. This current class started with 34 students, but 14 dropped out.
For those who stay, there is the possibility of a better life. Jefferson Guevara is happy with his current job, but for him, as for El Salvador, there are limits to the dream a program like Youth Build can provide.
I'd really like to go to the U.S.
Why is that?
because I know in the U.S. I could move freely. There may be some dangerous things, but not like here in El Salvador. I know in the U.S. you can feel free.
El Salvador remains a difficult, violent place to live, so it's not surprising that even for those on a path to a decent livelihood, the journey north continues to loom large in the imagination of many young Salvadorans.